So there's this rumor going around work about the so-called pube story, and it has something to do with me, and it's a story I like to tell, but I don't like other people to tell it. And to prevent, it from spreading like wildfire out of other people's mouths, I think I'm going to tell that story today. So put yourself in this little hypothetical here, and picture yourself, you're in fifth grade, and you love church, and you're in the youth group. I think I mentioned that in my last video. But, yeah, I hung out at the church a lot because I didn't have any friends, and at church, you kind of are forced to be somebody's friend. So, uh, that's why I liked it so much. And, yeah, we played Manhunt a lot. How old was I? I was 10 years old, fifth grade, and yeah. So I'm running through the church, and then I'm just fucking booking it through the sanctuary, and there's these two swinging like oak doors, and they swing back both ways like restaurant kitchen doors, and I I run through this full speed, stick my hand back because I'm in a sprint. So when you sprint, you go like that, and I stuck my left hand back right in the hinge of the door, slices the top of the pinky off straight to the bone. Anyway, I need three surgeries. First surgery, they took skin off of my leg and strapped that on my pinky. But then it still kind of looked like not to sound crude, but it looked exactly like an aborted fetus on my finger, and so they had to do another surgery. And what they did was they took the skin from my ring finger, stitched it to my pinky, and they sewed them together for about a month. But that rebuilt my pinky, and when they needed to put skin back onto my my ring finger to replace the skin that was put on my pinky. You get the point. Um, but anyway, I don't know why they decided, instead of maybe off of my ass or off of my other thigh, they decided to go about right here. All right, here's my waistline. They took it off right here. So when I'm in fifth grade, 10 years old, as you would imagine, my whole body is like a fucking hardwood floor, smooth, no stubble, no little curlies coming out. Then I turn 13, my voice starts cracking, which it hasn't stopped, by the way. Then I start growing hair, I start turning into like a kind of a man, still working on that, but started that little trend of puberty, and when I started growing, massive amount of pubes under my waist, in my cock area, my finger all of a sudden started to grow pubes too. And if you don't believe me, you can look at this hand and then look at that finger right there. You can maybe turn it that way. You can see some fray off there. I don't know if you can see that. That's pubes. There's pubes on there. There's a difference between what is on this left ring finger and what is on there. It has a patch of pubes, undeniable. And I forget which ex-girlfriend it was. I'm convinced it was my last ex-girlfriend. My last girlfriend. That she was laughing when I told her the story. And as her mouth was agape, I took my finger and I politely shoved it down her throat, and that was the most hilarious thing ever. But yeah, usually after I tell everybody that story, I usually like to wipe my finger on their face or something like that, to sort of alienate myself further from the social stratum that I've always fought so hard to get into. The